Have you ever struggled with trying to find images that you want to Photoshop? Well, I think Pratik Naik just solved that problem. About 15 minutes after I uploaded my Destroy Acne in Photoshop tutorial, Pratik uploaded this idea that personal practice files for retouchers, and that instantly caught my attention because I saw the files and I instantly knew what the rest of this was going to say. You can read it yourself. The prompt: an in-focus portrait of a model with light acne scars, and then some modifiers. These are the actual images, which would have been very helpful for me to make my last video that I just uploaded. I personally, when I made this tutorial, I had to go find images way back from 2012. But now that he has given me this idea, this is definitely the way to go. Another way you can use AI in Midjourney or some other relative program to come up with a practice file for you to use that you otherwise wouldn't have before. Ask somebody for a photo, and then you would have had to practice off of a low-res JPEG or something like that, which granted, these are not high-resolution photos, but the detail is definitely there and gives you the same type of look that you would be using to edit a file, whether it be acne or something else. Also, just like he says, sometimes you wouldn't want your model to be seen in the wrong light. Now, this is an actual problem that happens on set that we run into, that we have to Photoshop things out. So let's go into Midjourney and just look at some prompts and see what we can come up with and see what kind of practice files we could do. So first, I put in his prompt just to see what it would actually output on my end. The results are pretty good. Something like this would be definitely something. Now, sometimes it looks more like freckles than it does acne, but you can still practice with that as well. So what I've done is put in the same thing, but just added dramatic lighting on the other side of it to give some kind of more look. And I liked this one a lot, so I made some variations on it. Here's the variations that I was talking about. With this, it gave some really cool variations, which are some little projection lights, I would call it, onto the subject, and that's lighting them up. And then you'd have your little acne sessions all over the place that you could practice with. And now I'll actually choose one of these and go in and correct it so we can see what it's actually like. Alright, we are in Photoshop with the file at its highest resolution. I did not upscale this, but you can kind of see what we have going on. This is more like blisters rather than acne, but it's the same kind of techniques to use to Photoshop things away. Just for practice, we're going to be using the healing brush tool. Hold Alt or Option, and then edit out the spot you don't want anymore and replace it with the spot where you clicked Alt. Here's a little quick time lapse of me removing most of this. So that would be how you would do it with a healing brush tool, just real quick. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do this using your practice files. That's what makes it so great. You actually have a file that you can post online and show what you can do. Thank you again for Pratik Nayak for showing us this, and if you want to follow him, he has all of the social medias, Instagrams, and everything over here. If you want to go watch any of my other videos, here is my channel here. Go like, subscribe, comment, do all of the things that you know to do, and I'll see you later.